recording. Hello. Can I get someone to check to make sure it is streaming on the right channel?
We are live.
We are live. Wonderful. Hello. Welcome to Cube World. This is
Hi.
session 3 of Bloodlines. And
First, I
we
thought you were gonna say three of like a number, and I was gonna be like, "Oh
Oh
no!"
no,
God.
I think you
no,
make this is
This is
session
session
three of
3 of
five.
4.
No.
the cruelest joke. Um
It
uh,
escalates real quickly.
yeah, we have Josh playing our druid, we have Soups playing our fighter, and we have Swissy playing our paladin, who wants to give a recap per last session.
I will recap.
Soups will recap.
Okay, so last session we inspected the horses somewhat, but not too thoroughly, and then decided we had to move on foot after the after our entire retinue, except for the princess and her old maid, died. So we walked along the path for a little while, came upon a tree, and in the 2 seconds we were inspecting the tree, the princess got kidnapped by a dryad. We slowly approached the tree that we didn't know was a dryad yet. I got close enough to make sure the princess was cool, and then the dryad attacked me, and then I attacked back way harder. But after that, we decided to not kill the dryad because she had the same sort of spooky red glowing eyes that the horses had had. So we just kind of knocked her out, tied her up, and when she woke up, she didn't remember anything. And then we went to go rest. We continued on our way, basically. And then there were some dogs that attacked us during the watch. Swissy went down again. I think he went down during the Dryad fight too, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I did.
Swissy went down again to the dogs, and me with my whole 9 AC managed to save everybody. Heroically. And the dogs had collars, and that is the last thing I remember us doing before just full resting and leveling up.
To be known that the Elephant Man was never in danger. He didn't save everybody.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't really.
This is
Okay.
an incredibly biased recap. I would like to add a couple of small side notes from my
Please.
notes.
Please, of course.
Also, that as we were traveling, before we ran to the felled tree, we all had to make different rolls to determine what we're doing to help in our little excursion down the trail. And during that, Mellow used survival to clear foliage. The Ronin spotted a hunter's snare with perception, and I stopped Mellow from touching poison ivy with my nature skill. And then basically, I think the only other thing that I had specifically listed was that when the dryad left, she also gave us some good berries. So, I mean, that was pretty chad. I think Mellow in total ate 12 good berries that day.
Every good berry.
Because there's 3 from the dryad, and then I made no, it was 13 because I made 10 and Mellow ate all of them. I had to feed one to Mellow, and like feeding a little baby bird is what I had to do.
Chewed them up and spit them directly into his mouth.
Right? Bleh.
Okay.
And also, if we're pointing out that the Ronin helped with the blink dogs, I'd like to point out that Aster was the one that called for diplomacy with the dryad, because everyone else was gonna kill it.
That is true.
Okay.
Aster said maybe we shouldn't, and I went, okay.
Yes.
You also
otherwise,
reminded me.
then we got the collars.
After I forgot to say this on stream last week, but after last session, everyone did level up. Does everyone want to go over their level ups quickly and concisely?
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Concisely.
I got my health went up, and then I also got an extra action I can do once per short rest or whatever. That's all I got.
Called action surge.
Actually, so I kept on wanting to say second wind, but I know that's the healing one. I couldn't
That's
remember the
the
name of
healing one.
action surge for some reason.
Okay, so I picked up a fighting style, thrown weapon fighting style, which basically just lets me draw my throwing knives in the same part
Action.
of the attack. Yeah, in the same action, yeah, as attacking with it. I also get a +2 to the damage roll on thrown weapons. I got Divine Smite. I think that might be all.
Well, you have
And health went
spells
up,
now.
obviously. Oh, and I have spells. Yes.
That's a pretty big one. And
Which is
also,
pretty
you
cool.
now have to officially determine what your holy symbol is. I think you have one emblazoned on your shield, yes?
I do. Yep.
Excellent. So that means,
Which isn't in the art, but it's fine.
well, it's fine. I mean, the art is
Didn't
a
draw a shield.
representation. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
I
need
mean,
it.
you're also dressed like
It's
a
a shield
priest,
with
so.
a shield with a tree emblazoned on
I
it.
mean,
so.
the Ronin has chainmail on somehow. It that happens. I mean,
Somewhere under there.
Somewhere in there, it's chainwhale underwear.
yeah,
Chainwhale.
chainmail. The chainmail. Basically, it just means that
real Moby Dick.
if you run into a spell that calls for a material component, like the leg of a grasshopper or a pinch of dirt, you can
Yes.
instead replace that with your holy focus.
Yes.
And I think you specifically had to prepare your list of paladin spells. What did you have prepared? What have you prepared?
My list right now, as it stands, is Divine Favor, Bless, Cure Wounds, and Shield of Faith.
Nice.
Josh, what about your
And then
level
I
up?
leveled. Then I leveled up, and at level 2, since I'm a druid, I got to pick my circle, which I, of course, chose Circle of Stars. That was the plan from the beginning. So now, when Aster arises, he will have magically created a star chart with the star map feature. Holding the star chart gives me access to the guidance cantrip, the spell Guiding Bolt, which will always be prepared for me, and I can cast for free a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus per long rest. And then I can also spend my Wild Shape feature, which I also got at this level, brand new. I got Wild Shaping, but you don't have to worry about what Wild Shaping does because I'm going to use the charges to Starry Form instead, which lets me assume one of 3 constellations that all have cool different effects that I'm not going to get into right now.
Cool.
And then, in addition, the only other thing that happened for level 2 for me is that I can now prepare an extra spell. So I believe if I updated my sheet properly, I now have prepared, in addition to the spells I already had, which was Detect Magic, Fairy Fire, Good Berry, and Healing Word, I also now have Absorb Elements as an option. And I have 1 more spell slot, level 1.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Josh and Soups, for the recap. Soups, you can have 1 extra use of Second Wind.
Oh boy.
And let me look at Josh's sheet really quick.
Mamma mia.
Josh, roll me a d4.
Okay.
If it's a 1, you die.
No!
Uh,
Why would you curse me,
Well.
Swissy? Now I'm dead.
Wonderful.
I've perished.
Josh, you get 1 temporary HP. All right.
Yeah.
So if you want to
Hey,
jump back,
1 HP is all that matters. I'm gonna hit for 22 and be like, haha, you fools.
And then somebody's gonna tap you for 1.
Ah.
right? If we want to jump right into the game, it is the next morning after the attack. Who's waking up first? I believe Mellow was taking the last watch, was it?
Yes.
Want to say I was, yeah. So I'm already awake then.
Okay. Tell me about the morning routine at the camp.
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, you need to go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that based on what I remember from session the first, I think the Ronin and Aster both wake up early, like as a default.
Yes.
I know Aster does because you can kind of see the stars if you get up early enough.
Right.
So he's like, oh hell yeah, 20 minutes of measuring.
Yeah, I think the Ronin wakes up and does some fucking like meditating
With some
basically
Tai
first
Chi,
thing
dude.
in the morning to center himself. Yeah, exactly. Does some fucking
He should
Tai
do
Chi, we'll go
like
with
some
that.
some Tai Chi like out in the woods. Oh shit, it's peaceful.
Just going through some positions.
You can almost hear that like little bamboo water thing that like clacks every so often.
Dong.
Yeah, one of those things. Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah, it's tight.
As far as my morning routine, I was up in the tree for my watch, so I come down from the tree as part of my morning routine, coming down from trees.
But every day I wake up and then I walk out of the tree that I was in. You
And
know.
and since I already spent a fair bit of time, praying to Tree Jesus and all that over the night,
You gotta remember the name of your deity.
I know the name is Tree Jesus.
That's
It's
not the
Adelian.
name, Swissy.
I
Don't dis-
know the name. It's Adelian. I'm just
Then
calling him
use it.
Tree Jesus.
Alien will smite
I'll
you
use it in
for...
character. My character will not call him Tree Jesus. You have my word.
Yes, but you've said Tree Jesus in character voice before.
You did.
Okay, well, I could explain. I can't. Let's move on.
Swissy, you are being sent to the first hell when you
so-
die.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not me, the good boy. I just start getting everything in order to get back on the road again.
You get sent to first hell and you're like, why 3 Jesus? And they're just like, that's not my name.
That's not my name. I spend my morning getting everybody's affairs in order to get back on the road.
Okay.
So the only thing that's different with Aster's morning routine this time is usually Aster just wakes up, grabs a brush. No. Normally Aster gets up and just begins using their sextant and spyglass to take more pages of just archaic numbers. It looks like it's just a real string of numbers. I've decided that is most of their notes are largely incomprehensible to other people.
As notes are.
But this morning, Aster is like specifically not noting anything down and seems to sort of be like really sitting very still and like contemplating on something. And then at a random point, like in the morning, once Aster has spent enough time in quiet contemplation, they're just gonna he just like loudly goes, "Oh, I've got it," and the sound pierces through the camp.
The Ronin nearly trips during his Tai Chi. His eye twitches.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Oh, I forgot there were other people here. I figured out how to make this. Aster holds up like a small bronze object that you've never seen him with before. It looks like a really convoluted pocket watch in a way.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if there was more to it. My bad.
No, I put the ball back in your court.
Oh wow! What is it?
Yeah. So I was. Well, I don't really know exactly. But I was studying the stars this morning, and I remembered that my grandfather told me that once I had begun, like fully begun to embrace, my like specific aspect of nature, that I would begin to have these sort of revelations. And I think I just had one because I realized that if I channeled my magics into this object, I can use it to help me chart the stars more. You see all these little different dials spin around and help show what the bodies in the sky should look like. I can even set it for tomorrow, and then you see him move it very slightly, and it looks like nothing changed, and he just begins nodding to himself. He's like, "Oh
Incredible.
yes, oh yes." And then he falls silent and just begins staring at the astrolabe he made. I've decided he doesn't.
Makes his...
Oh, I was just gonna say I've decided he doesn't know that it's an astrolabe. Sorry.
Look at the cool weird
yeah,
thing.
We both did the same
me.
fucking thing at the same time. We both went like, "Oh, I'll keep talking. I'm sorry. No, you
Yeah.
talk. No, I'll talk."
The trials
same
of
person
Discord.
is exhausting.
I know, right?
So the Ronin makes his way over and nods to Aster and says, "Training is something I can understand, even if your strange device is not."
Yeah, my grandpa always said that I should focus on it more. So maybe I'm finally getting somewhere. It's about time.
He sounds like a wise man, elephant, man.
He was a male Luxodon, so I guess either of those works. And
An elephant.
unfortunately,
I'm glad nobody
he's,
asked what's an elephant.
and unfortunately, he's no longer wise here, but I'm sure he's out there somewhere watching over me in some way.
Perhaps you will be reunited in the next life.
In the what?
The next life, you know.
Swissy begins proselytizing.
I don't follow. Like the afterlife? Like you
Some
believe
have
there's
come
one?
to call it that.
Oh. Okay.
Instead of afterlife, think of it as life after.
What?
I am not following.
Listen, that made sense in my head, okay?
I did not know that you were a man of religion. Looking at this guy. It didn't occur to me in my brain that I'm like, I haven't seen him do any holy stuff, but I'm like, wait, he's wearing a priest collar? I strike that from the record. That's the sound of me striking it.
Striked.
We shall
I
see.
mean,
I've
I guess
only-
I'd never really thought about what happens afterwards, really.
I don't blame you, many do not. For the longest time in my life, I didn't either.
Well,
What am I supposed to?
Are you gonna?
I don't know.
Are you going to
Am I
You
expounding
started
upon my
this.
religion today?
Are you going to continue proselytizing into camp at like 6 a.m.?
At the moment, no.
at 6 a.m., the princess wakes up and
Rowan-
we're just talking about stupid shit.
Anyway,
I was going to see if the princess and her old maid are fine. Retainer is probably a better word.
perhaps. As you go over to them, they are in the process of waking up.
They are both dead.
Shit.
Well,
Lord
then,
Slim,
Damn it.
never saw it coming.
Dogs in the night.
well, I guess that means you know Mallow's the killer. Kill Mallow.
Hey, what?
I draw
Fuck
my
you.
Dutch.
Hey, they died on your watch. It must have been you.
I feel like we could definitely
Maybe they
take
needed
Mellow if
redeemed,
we
you never
needed
know.
to.
Yeah, you definitely could. I'm the only one
We
that's calmed
definitely
down.
could.
Oh no, yeah.
I upcast Guiding Bolt.
Ronin has action
I
surge.
fucking-
Ronin
I
could
use-
kill
I
you in
use
about one
action
turn.
surge. I deliver.
Yeah, but
two
I can
attacks,
move
but they
60
both
feet
are
every
early.
other turn.
Yeah,
That's
true. If Swissy were to go fast, I could never catch him.
I think I could stay in range of bolting them, actually, though.
but anyway, we don't need to worry about PvP.
Let's not do that, though.
I look
Let's
into
not
the
invite
camera.
yet.
Yeah, but Princess Sarah and Goldie are in the process of waking up and getting ready. If I recall correctly, at the end of the last session, one of you said you wanted to inspect the collars you found on the Blink Dogs.
Yeah, we were gonna inspect them in
Yes.
the morning, I believe. I don't remember who said it. It wasn't me. I'm pretty sure.
I
think
said
it was
for
Aster.
sure.
Okay, go ahead. Take a look.
Yeah.
At...
Do you want me to just look at them?
Yeah.
Sans skill checks for now.
Yeah, I don't think you'll need a skill check for it since it's whatever is on there is like pretty obvious. You'd have to be blind to not see it. Yeah. So
Excellent.
when
Then after I do my whole thing with having created my wacky little device that Aster does not know is an astrolabe, he kind of goes, oh, that's right. And he like pulls out the collars from where he put them in his pack and takes a look at them.
Okay. Let actually give me just give me a perception roll.
Sure.
I did think of one thing I can put behind that. Okay. Due to your background in trades, you'll probably know what like nice cloth and nice silks are like. You notice that the actual band of both of the collars is very high quality. when you get to the center of it, what do you call the little bit, the metal bit on that hangs down from
The
collars?
clasp?
Not the
Oh,
clasp. The actual like the
The hanging
identification.
part?
The tag.
Yeah,
The
the tag.
tag. That's it. When you get to the tag on them, you look at it. It does not have any writing on it, but both of them have an engraving of a wing.
I will
Yeah.
head over to the Ronin if they're standing slightly away from me.
Sure.
With holding the collars, and I'll sort of like squat down, I guess, in like hand and
This
like
feels a little.
present them and be.
Yes.
Well, I'm 8 feet tall.
I know.
You know.
Yeah. He's 8 feet tall, and I want to say I'm like 3.5 feet tall.
It's I sort of squat down and I
4'2".
point out what I've seen and I go, in addition to this strange insignia, the band of these collars is exceptionally high quality, meaning someone of some means is behind the dogs at the very least.
Or at least owned them. If they got free, it is their fault. But if they were sent against us deliberately, that is a problem.
I think I'm, at least at this point, more than willing to say that these were attack dogs and not merely wandering strays or wandering escaped pets.
It seems likely. We should be cautious. We still do not know who fired the arrows at our carriage.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Not
questions right now.
horses.
Aster begins. You see Aster briefly drift into thinking about how like a horse-operated bow would work.
That's incredible.
And then he
Should we
snaps
do
out.
some sort of like, I don't know, history or religion check or something on this collar to see if we could figure anything out about it?
I think
Not that I would be the correct person to do that, being,
I have a religion.
stupid.
Swissy, give me a history check.
Not what I said I had. I have a 0 in history.
Well, listen.
But here we
I also
go.
have a 0 in history.
I have 2 in history.
See? Swissy, you're fine.
Well, that was a perception.
That says history.
No,
Was it?
That says
Never mind, I
history.
needed to roll. I didn't scroll down far enough. And I also
there you
noticed
go.
it was from Aster, so I'm like, wait a second.
Okay, Swissy, Mellow, you know, looking at this, that the wing is a Fey symbol.
Oh, shit.
Specifically, a lot of the times you'll see this symbol on a royal edicts, documents, and declarations.
A real what?
On royal,
royal.
declarations, documents, stuff like that.
For which race? Fae?
Yes, or in just
Okay.
in the Fey controlled area in the woods.
I see. This is an insignia that you often see on Fae-related dealings.
Oh,
Is this forest that we're in part of the general Fey stuff?
no.
I thought the Fae stuff was
We're
in the
Fae
Queen's
south.
Bounty.
I
Yeah.
thought it was further.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are
It's
in
north of where we are.
You are in Queen's Reach. Queen's Bounty is the main contested area between the Fae and the Elves.
In fact, I'll even say that in character. I'll be like, "We're not in the Feywoods, are we?"
Yeah,
And
it's
Aster looks around at the
that's
trees.
where I'm from.
you could view it as
Oh.
an exclave, but it is mostly controlled by the people who live in Kingsland.
You're not from here, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm from the Queen's Bounty.
Oh,
Just means we should.
where's
be
that
wary.
in relation to Canis Minor?
Whatever
Whatever
is
the-
Canis Minor?
Or whatever I'd actually call the star.
Whatever the equivalent
Yeah.
would be.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to come up with fake constellation
Don't
names.
worry. I'll think of some.
Tabaxis Minor.
Canis is a bear.
And the instant you ask what that is, I pull out my pocket
The
watch.
big bag of holding. The
Or
little bag of
I
holding.
let go of my little new pocket watch astrolabe, which I was holding in my trunk, and I go, oh, actually, it would be right here, and I begin spinning the dials furiously.
Okay.
Please don't dox me.
After Aster finishes his diatribe to Mellow about the equivalent of Canis Myron, let's call it the.
At some point, the Ronin just walks away to help the princess.
Yes, that's
And,
perfect.
What's her face?
Goldie.
Get their stuff together.
As
Thank you.
just as they are finishing with their star conversation, Goldie and Sarah are ready to go.
Let us make haste.
Okay. Let's see.
Also, I did forget one small thing that I was gonna insert way back, like three different interactions ago. Was at the time when Aster like mentioned his grandfather not being around anymore. If you were perceptive, he like really blatantly like looked directly at his quarterstaff sadly when he said that.
Aw.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. About you've been walking for a few hours. Let's say I said it was like 6. You probably left by like 8. I'd say about 4 hours into today's walking, you do see light start to stream through the trees, and the path starts to widen out. You can see the exit of the forest.
Ah, that would be good to get it into the open. Hopefully, we'd at least see something coming then.
Would
Hopefully.
you like me to scout ahead?
It might not be a bad idea.
I do that
Okay.
with my fucking -1 to stealth.
Oh no, I forgot to
Oh no.
I forgot to cast guidance twice already. Dang it.
You fool.
I mean, we passed the perception and history anyways. You know, if the Ronin is going to go ahead though, before he heads out of my range.
I will not do a stealth. I will do a perception.
Before the Ronin leaves to do whatever they are going to do for guiding for scouting, I'm going to cast guidance on them because it lasts for a minute anyways.
Huzzah.
All right, yeah, I'm going to make my way to the edge of the forest and kind of look at the road ahead, see if I can spot anything amiss.
Okay.
And I want to do it by like before the Ronin leaves, I like just sort of like tap them on the shoulder and just like go like, may the stars guide you, or something stupid like that. And then it actually does, because guidance. Yeah.
I feel oddly guided.
I feel so guided right now.
Okay. Give me a roll. Ooh.
You can add D4 to that.
Yeah, D4 it up. That's an 8.
Nice. We did it.
After you return from walking, you say, as far as you can tell, the path is clear and there's nothing amiss.
Seems fine.
Oh, well, that's good. I guess we continue on.
Indeed.
I have no reason to not trust the Ronin's eyes.
Yes, we should still continue with caution, but you know, it looks chill for the immediate future.
Mm-hmm. You exit the forest.
We take one step out of the woods and fall into a pit trap.
It turns out the road just
my leg
ended.
is caught in a bear trap.
It turns out it was a real end of the sidewalk scenario, and there's just a big ravine there.
As you step out of the forest, 4 Afridis attack you.
Oh no.
As you step out of the forest, you find yourself on a wide dirt track, going over the hills. As far as you can see from where you are, it's mostly just grassy hills and a few dotted farms. But at the end of the road, you can see a fair distance away. You can see the outline of a city.
Is that the place we're headed? Do we know?
Yes, that is
It should
Lonestead.
be.
I did not turn you around and put you on the wrong path.
It'd be really funny though.
It'd be really funny if I somehow managed. I made you guys roll and you just ended up in Last Home instead, but anyway.
But no, that should be the only. Yeah, as long as we exit from the west side of Queensreach,
The northwest
that should
side.
be Lonestead.
Yes.
Yeah, northwest.
Mm-hmm.
The west northwest.
Yes. So you've been walking for like, let's say 30 minutes on the road when you and when you see in front of you as if you actually, one of you give me a perception roll. Let's see if you notice what's off with this cart.
I cast guidance on myself and roll.
God damn it.
Aha. Hang on, wait. Hold on.
Hard.
15.
15.
Ooh.
Aster, were you in the back of the marching formation? I believe you were.
Almost certainly.
Okay.
I think that's where I ended up last time.
Thankfully, due to your great height advantage, your eyes are not interrupted by your companions. You can see that this is definitely a horse cart, but it is being pulled by a minotaur.
Oh.
Uh,
Someone else that might be from the continent I'm from.
she looks
Possibly.
towards you and waves. and waves. Howdy, strangers. She motions you to come over.
Hello.
Hello.
No, you.
Coco, help me. I'm blanking on the continent I'm from. It's Difos, right?
Defos it is.
Defos.
I kind of stand in front of the princess and Goldie as we approach.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Okay.
wave. I'll be like, hello.
You
I
on
too
the-
will bow and greet.
My big hat makes it impossible to tell where I'm looking.
You on the road to Lonestead?
That's
Are
the
we?
plan.
Yes. Please let the name of the city you need to go.
Nah.
Yeah, she's. You need a ride? A long walk to the city from here.
I do not have any coin.
You don't need coin. It's just a favor for a neighbor.
Favor for a neighbor?
Well, that's awfully kind of you. Say, are you from Icos originally, or do you hail from the southern continent? As I do.
My grandmother came over a few generations ago with her family. We've been living here ever since.
Ah, I see. Just wondering, since we have a lot of minotaurs back in, and I might mess up the pronunciation. I believe it's Dracenia?
Dracinia, I believe, is the
Dracinia.
pronunciation I settled on.
Excellent. We have lots of minotaurs all about Dracinia, but I hadn't seen as many since coming here from Difos. Difos?
Difos.
I
think I've
switched. You said the
Sorry.
other thing like 5 seconds ago.
Difos. Yeah.
I want to point out that Aster knows what the pronunciations are.
Is.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
fair.
keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't see too many over here. It's a long way from home.
Now, Boko, I would probably not casting guidance, because casting a spell mid conversation is always sketchy. But I would like to try to roll insight to see if I could figure out any like additional information on this random minotaur.
Of course, go for it.
I also wanted to do insight before we all hop on this.
How's that 25?
No need.
Yeah.
Josh has got this one.
As you give her a good look, you cannot sense any ill intent from her.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will ask them, have you encountered any troubles on the road?
Today, well, I actually had to. Ordinarily, I would have been in the city by now, but my horses went missing. Damn thing's ran off. Apple and Orange haven't been back for a whole day.
Aster sort of gives wild side eye over at Mellow, because Aster knows what happened to the horse.
Right back at fucking.
We're kind of doing the oh shit. Oh no.
Oh no. Do we tell them? I whispered to Aster.
I mean, I think we might need to. It would be fair, right?
What kind of horses were they again, Boko?
She didn't say. She didn't say.
Were they like the big kind, like the Clydesdales?
Yeah, could I, as Aster, since Aster saw the horses that attacked us, could I be like, your horses didn't happen to look like, and then sort of describe how I remember the two horses that attacked us?
The horses that attacked you were kind of jacked, like really jacked. You know,
Like
you've
cart
got
pulling
Really
horses.
buff
Yeah.
horses.
Were your
Like horses
were
that
your
might pull a
horses
cart owned by a minotaur.
very muscled, quite bulky?
I wouldn't
These
consider
colorings.
I wouldn't consider them like that. No, that sounds like a monstrous horse to me.
Oh, okay, good.
Applehead.
We ran into some of those that in the woods that attacked us, which was weird for a horse to do.
That's very odd. I've never heard of something like that happening. At least not around these
Yeah.
parts.
That was a strange time, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good about our new companion here. And Aster just sort of like climbs into the cart.
I will trust your
I look at the Ronin.
Come, my young ward.
I join them.
Okay, the four of you pile into the back of the cart.
We leave Goldie behind.
The five, as it were. It's
Poor Goldie.
It's more or less one of those cartoon carts full of hay. You've seen Assassin's Creed, but it's
You think Goldie was supposed to die by now, and that's why Boko keeps forgetting about her?
No, I just forgot because I haven't made her a pog ever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Pog.
Yeah, you all five you pile into the back of the cart. It's like an Assassin's Creed cart, but to scale to Minotaur. She starts pulling. After a little bit,
I'm gonna try to just keep an eye out so we don't get attacked by demon horses again.
Of course. As she's pulling you all towards town, she looks over to her shoulder and says, "So what are you doing over in these parts? We don't get many visitors over here."
We're just taking a trip.
Nice vacation.
Something like that. Sort of a work vacation.
I'm hoping that I can chart the stars over on this side of the continent quick. I think that they're going to be at least 2 degrees off from my last set of measurements, and that's very exciting.
As she nods, one of the smart types, huh?
Yeah, I dabble, I guess. It depends who you ask, though. If you ask my mom,
Understandable. Parents aren't always the most understanding of your life choices.
Just sort of stares forward for a second. Yeah.
So, you mentioned you were attacked on the road. Is everything okay everything else okay in your trip? Sounds like it's been a little rough.
We are fine, but once we make it to our destination, it will be much better.
She nods as she picks up the pace. Cart rumbles a little bit over the bumpy road. She, you got someone special there? Don't really see many people dressed like that anywhere, really. She kind of jerks her head towards Sarah in her very obvious standout "don't look at me" attire.
Yeah.
Aster immediately says, "Oh, well, that's just because Mellow's a priest, you see."
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm still learning myself, but
the thing that's funny is that Aster has no idea what the Minotaur actually meant. He completely has misread it.
Yo, wait, Josh, let me look in your stats for a second. 1 second. Where is it? Let's see what.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to come up with a believable lie, but the fact that I have a 10 intelligence and 11 charisma means that it's not going to happen.
We're actually off to see her to her wedding. This young girl is getting married, and her mother is here with her.
Okay. Swissy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Give me a deception
roll. That's pretty deceptive.
I hope you're good at deception.
Because that is
and I don't think
lie.
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Weddings.
Mellow has all of the face skills, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Weddings. I remember when I married my wife. It was a wonderful day.
What does the princess actually think of this fucking lie?
I think she is. I think she is mostly just trying to stay quiet.
We
Her
haven't
head
done
is-
anything so far.
Her head is in her hands.
Excellent. She's embarrassed.
She's just embarrassed.
Also, I would like to say, Aster, definitely thinks the princess is actually getting married now. So he's gonna be
And
like,
that-
"Oh,
and that
I
I'm
love
officiating it?"
weddings. Oh, that makes so much sense now,
Oh
Mellow.
my god.
You're gonna be excellent.
Anime sweat drop.
That's awesome. I haven't been to
Aster
a wedding
wasn't
in
there when we
years.
received our orders.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It just makes the lie more believable.
Hello, Mellow guy. Welcome to the RP
This is
section.
great. Oh, that means that I can try to divine the star signs based on when you and your spouse were born to see what your future will hold. Oh, this is gonna be great. And there might even be cake.
I appreciate
Definitely
that we're
cake.
also being super suspicious of this person that Josh natural 20'd an insight roll on.
Yeah.
Yeah. My poor
Well, they did
farmer
just ask out of
NPC.
nowhere while we're carrying out an important mission. Who's that you've got there?
Who's that
Would you
then?
not would you not point out at the weird person in this group?
I think we're all
We're
the
all
weird
weird.
person in
You
this
are
group.
all weird, correct.
There's an old lady, a person who's exposing as little skin as possible, a small samurai man, a big cat priest, and a dude who just won't shut up about stars.
Yeah, true. You
Who
are
is
a bit-
also an elephant.
you are
Who is also an elephant.
you are an odd couple. Okay, as she turns around and
Quapple.
listen.
Quapple.
I needed to find the sequel to thruple, and it was not. Well, it would be quintuple, I guess.
Sequel.
Quintuple.
Quintuple. She turns around.
Oh, I've heard things about that anime.
Yeah. She turns around and continues running down the road. Do you guys have anything you want to say to her while she still has you in her cart?
Nah, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
So
Where are we going, by the way? What's
we
our
are
destination?
Lonestead.
Lonestead,
No, I
I
know
said.
that. Where within?
We can. The
I-
docks, I believe.
We are trying to find Monku the Rock, who will get us the
yes.
rest of the way. So that
Have
we're
we asked
trying...
yet if these folks are from Lone Star or?
Lone
I was
Star.
gonna ask her.
Lone Star.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask her if she was from Lonestead if no one else did.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Mostly
so,
because-
So,
Go ahead.
are you all from this town?
oh no, I have a farm, quite far out. My wife and I live there. We produce hay. I take it to the city and we sell it.
Ah, I see. Honest work.
Oh
I
yes.
Of course.
Trade. Mercantile.
I guess you could call it that.
Yes. I could. Aster begins desperately trying to figure out if he knows anything valuable to say. He doesn't.
Yeah, as this conversation is winding down, she's slowing down the cart and has arrived at the gates of Lonestead. I'll let you off
Lone
here.
Star.
Swissy.
I don't.
That's too
As
strict. I can remove inspiration.
Also,
No,
as Aster
please.
like climbs off the cart, he's
Mhm.
going to say, "I don't think we actually got your name at all.
Ah,
I'm Aster."
hello, Aster. She looks down and says, "My name's Rosia Stonespeaker. I live a farm pretty far back that way. Just around where we picked you up, actually."
Oh well, I'm thankful that you went so far out of your way.
Oh, you caught me as I was just about to leave. And as she's having small talk with you, she puts a hand on your shoulder and whispers into your ear, "Listen, people in Lonestead love a good gossip. You're a bit of an odd party. You might want to yourself out of sight while you're in the city." She winks at you and walks over to the guards to begin the checking in process of her cart.
Alright, I guess we hop out.
Yep.
Aster's gonna try to tell that to someone more important than him quickly. He'll go to the Ronin quick. And he'll try to be
Yes.
subterfugeous, but it looks comical because he like bends all the way over and he's like, Ronin!
Yes.
Rasia she just warned me that apparently she said there are lots of gossips in the city and we should try to stay out of sight basically. I don't know
That would be
what
somewhat
that means.
difficult for our party.
Yeah, I know, right? The priest clothes just stand out so much.
I can
Perhaps
change
we should-
clothes. I have others, I'm sure.
He's just right there.
You're a cartoon character.
I'm like in between y'all. And the
Perhaps
tall
we
boy
should
just didn't
stick
notice.
to the. Perhaps we should avoid the main roads on our way to our destination.
You are now in Lonestead. What do you want to do?
So, do we know where specifically we're going, or just that we're looking for a person?
You are, as I recall, Godfrey only told you the name of your contact was Monku the Rock, and that she
Yeah.
would get you passage on the ship.
And that she
So
is an orc.
Either the dock. So my thought is either we go to like the docks to try to hope that they're there, or we go to like a bar and try to get some information.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do? I have a list of locations in the city that I can forward to you if you would like.
Sure.
Okay. There I currently have written 4 locations in this city. We have a tavern, the tavern at the end of the world. We have a boathouse, the Ulfers Boathouse. A general and thrift store, Barnabas's Bits and Baubles, and a blacksmith, Amber's Armaments.
Is that in all caps?
The arm is in all caps, yes.
I thought
Nice.
as much. Yeah, I mean we don't have money, so I don't really feel
I mean,
a
I
need to
do.
go shopping. I guess the okay. I don't have money.
I was gonna say you
I
don't
guess
have
the
money, broke-ass
boathouse makes the
bitch.
most sense as like the place where, if we're going to get.
And if
on a
anything,
ship,
we'll
I assume
find
we
out
have to go
where
by
they
the
are,
boathouse.
at least.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could also just go to the docks as a general area if you want to. I don't have like a written location, but general areas I can also just improv up if you need them.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed the boathouse was near the docks.
Yes. Technically, a tavern at the end of the world is also at the docks.
Okay.
Well, either one then. I guess the boathouse, since we're here on business.
Whichever one's an official location.
They're both official locations. Neither of these places are illegal.
No, I know.
Just go where do you want. Go ahead. Sounds like you're thinking boathouse then. Right?
Yeah, I would go with the boathouse. Seems fine.
Sounds good to me.
All right. After a let's see. Well, let's say like 20 minutes of walking, you start to smell the scent of the sea, salt, fish. You can hear some yelling from the market, and you come across a wooden building with an engraved sign reading Yelfir's Boathouse. As you enter the building, you can smell the scent of chopped wood.
It's making me sneeze.
Well, sucks to suck. Yelfir's not gonna fix it for you. You can see wooden
I
shavings
sneeze in character as well. Fuck it.
all over the place. And that's it. You walk in, the counter's empty. You hear a few banging noises from the back room.
Is there like a bell on the counter?
Yeah, let's go for that. There's a bell there.
I reach my hand up over the counter and tap it.
Ding, ding, ding. How many times do you tap it? Once?
Once.
Ding.
A polite ding.
You do not hear any changes in the sounds from the back room.
I tap it more firmly.
Still no response.
Well, I guess no one's home.
Hello.
Is anybody else going to attempt to
Hit the same bell that you hit? No.
Aster just kind of goes, hello? Hello?
How loud are you being?
Hello? Probably only slightly louder than the bell was.
There's no response.
What? You said you were sneezing, right? So I was like,
Yeah,
just
That's
sneeze
true.
loudly.
I did.
How
Stop.
loud was your sneeze, Swissy? Was it dad levels?
About as loud as my
Comically.
real life sneeze.
I didn't
Oh,
hear
that.
it.
So
Comically.
ear shatteringly loud.
You're
Yeah, it's pretty
shattering.
comical actually.
Okay, as you, I guess we'll let you do the bell, then Aster Halloween.
I
Then the
sneeze so
Urshna,
hard that my head shoots forward and it smacks the bell really, really hard.
like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah, like achoo, bam,
And
ow.
from the back room, you hear our grunts like, heard you the first time. Wait a second.
Yeah, but the first time wasn't me.
After like a minute or so, you hear the sound of the sound of someone walking towards the swinging door, and through the door walks a elf. He has long brown hair in a ponytail. With he has like some decent lines on his face. You can tell he's a bit older. Walks over to the counter and is going, "What do you want?"
We are looking
What
for
was the
what's her
name?
name?
Monku.
Yeah, that's it.
Monk the Rock.
Monku the Rock.
Monku the Rock. We are looking for one named Monku the Rock.
Why are you looking here? She doesn't work for me.
Yes, but we figured you might know where she would.
Go to the docks. I'm sure you can find her. It's not hard to miss.
Okay,
Damn
thank you.
mountain muscle woman. She mutters and walks back into the back room.
Sorry to bother you.
I think we should go before we cause
I
any
think
issues.
we should go.
Aster
We should
is
just
now
go.
stressed.
Is there a tip jar? I doubt there is, but just in case.
There is a future of art jar. It's empty.
I put a copper piece. Damn.
Amazing.
Jesus Christ. That was
Okay.
really good.
It's
I'm
really
gonna-
good.
Tell you the
I put a copper piece in there.
the bio I've written for Yelfir is the owner of Yelfir's boathouse. He's an elf with long brown hair and a ponytail. He doesn't like people. That's it.
Incredible.
He's
Alright,
also
let's
an
go.
artist. That's it. Yeah. So you
I
reach
put a
the
copper
docks.
piece in that jar.
Let's see. What did I say? Let's see.
Be proud of me. I didn't just sneeze into the microphone.
I am proud of you. That's character growth. Let's see. What's a social stat?
I will continue to sneeze in the microphone.
This game does not have circles in it. So let's see.
What?
Circles
What?
is a thing in Mouse Guard. It's for your relationship to people. I'm looking for something that I can have you guys roll to for searching through people in the
Oh, like trying to find people in a
Yeah.
crowd. I mean,
Investigation.
yeah, it'd be
insight, perception.
investigation, insight.
go for
Yeah,
it.
probably just one of those.
Yeah,
would be the most-
can you three give me some investigation rolls?
All
Or
right. Well,
one
since
of
we've
you.
got time, I
I
will
can't give you a good one.
I will guidance myself and try to investigate. Oof.
Oof.
Hang on.
Oof.
I get a D4. 11.
Yeah, that's good enough as you walk to like the actual dock areas and not any of the like actual stores around you. You tap one of the fishermen on the shoulders, like, "Hey, have you seen Monku the Rock? We're looking for her." He's like, "Oh yeah, Monku. You can find her over," and he gives you directions. Head down the boardwalk. Look for one of those fishing ships. He looks over your shoulder.
thank
Did you guys split up, or were you asking people as a
I
group?
think we had probably split up. I'm going to attempt to keep the
Who?
princess.
I was
like,
gonna say
with
who
me.
kept the princesses?
I did
Or
not.
princess singular. Goldie is not a princess.
No.
She is the help.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep them with me since I have the biggest sword.
It's not about the biggest sword, but how you wield it.
I wield it very well.
Well, yeah. But I have a lot of tiny swords that I throw.
That's true. You do have a lot of small swords. Who would win, one's big sword or many small swords?
Many small swords, no question.
Anyway, yeah. I assume we had split up to do our like search real quick, and then we could reconvene once we find the person we're looking for.
All right.
Oh, show.
Yeah, so you guys reconvene over down by the boardwalk by where you were said to look. It's
I'm just like standing in a somewhat inconspicuous place, like maybe behind some boxes or something.
you can't even hide them. You're so small.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
That's what the boxes are for.
Okay, is you find yourself outside of what would be like a fantasy equivalent of a houseboat.
Ooh.
Nice.
What are you
So
going to do?
We're here.
So if I'm, so wait, am I? I got lost in the sauce slightly.
That's
So
right.
are we meeting back up after
I
someone
assumed
told me?
I assumed were meeting back up after the three of you
Perfect.
split up.
Yeah.
Then I will pop up trying to be look like I'm in place. I don't, but and
of course not.
and I'll be like I'll pass along the information that I got from the person I talked to.
Well, then we should move swiftly. I do not want to spend too much time in town. Crowds are dangerous.
Yeah, I mean they make me all sweaty.
Right. We go to the houseboat.
Yeah,
Is Mellow here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, great.
I would hope
Ah,
so.
you startled me.
Hello.
Yeah, anyway, you guys arrive at the houseboat. What are you going to do?
Knock.
Okay,
It's Knuckles.
there is no one.
What's up? It's the frightened freak Knuckle. And we're here on Pumpkin Hill.
As you knock your knuckles on the door, first off, and out marches a large. She's got big tusks and a loose-fitting
Nice.
pirate top. You could see she's got
Sick.
that classic heart and anchor tattoo on her arm. It's like,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
oh,
Let's
Does it
go.
say mom?
it says me,
That's
It
even
says
better.
what?
me, M-E.
Oh, nice.
That's
amazing.
incredible.
She
want
pushes
that
back
tattoo,
her.
actually.
She pushes back her tricorn hat and says, "Hey, what you want?"
Oh, like actual pirate, I see.
Well, yeah. What do you think? She owns a boat.
All
Everyone
right.
who owns a boat is a pirate.
Yar har fiddle dee dee. Get on my boat and spend time with me. Are you going to answer her
Yes,
question?
Yeah.
please. What'd she say?
So what you
I was
want?
thinking about a pirate lady.
Are you fucking? I can't remember.
Monku the Rock.
Monku.
How are you
Monku.
all so
you
bad?
Monku the Rock?
Listen, I remembered the second time.
Good lord.
Yeah, that's me, Monku. Wait
Are you our contact?
a second. She looks at you. She squints.
She looks at
Oh.
me.
She looks
I
behind
looked
and
at
like,
her.
and she moves like tilts slightly to the left. Sees Sarah just stand behind you. Goes,
Yeah,
oh,
she's not hidden if she's behind me.
Yeah.
Like,
let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're late.
We
we
ran
had
into
some
some trouble.
complications on the road.
I would assume so. Starting to worry if you're going to show up at all. Let's see. Probably shouldn't talk about this out in the open.
I agree.
Probably.
She shouts down the throat down like the door of the boathouse. It says, "Go on, boys. Well, Mom's clocking out early." She hops down to the deck. She slaps like let's see, Aster and Mellow on like the shoulders. Come with me.
Oh. Okay.
It's
She
a real
can't reach
uneven
me,
slap.
that's why.
She could slap you with her foot, and that's about it. And that thing
Ah.
feels a bit violent.
She could crush me like a Goomba.
You have to pay extra for that.
I follow.
Yeah, she leads the five of you to the tavern at the end of the world, which is basically a harborside tavern. Its main attraction is that it has a large bay window that looks out into the sea, and on a good day, you can see the mist rising from the world end falls. As she walked,
Oh, that's why it's called that.
yes, it's also the most
That makes sense.
as you walk in through like the saloon-esque esque doors. She shouts, Pestilence! The finest table in the house. Over behind the bar, you see a tiefling who is bright blue, waves at her. Oh, Monku, you know the one. I'll be right over. So she takes the four of you over, or yeah, the five of you up to one of the tables by the big bay window and sits you down. It's kind of like a booth type thing. The tiefling walks over, is like, what can I get you? Drinks, food,
I'll have a water.
water. She writes in the air magically.
Ooh, fun. Water as well.
Two waters.
I sweat.
Does your
You know what?
At
Good
this
job,
point, it
gentlemen.
feels socially rude not to
Sake.
get also water. I get water.
does your vow prevent alcohol? 3 waters
I
and
haven't taken a vow yet.
true.
I will actually have a sake.
Do you
Of
still
course.
want your water?
Of course.
What's like a natural fucking booze that they definitely wouldn't have, but I could ask for?
Moonshine.
All right.
Do you got any of that mountain lightning?
Do you have any moonshine?
Of course, we have some imported moonshine. Look,
Oh fuck yeah, dude. This place is lit.
and
I know I shouldn't, but just a little would be fine.
of course,
Imagine the sort of place that sells both sake and moonshine.
The
You mean
best place in the world.
The best bar ever.
and she looks at Monk, who's like, you know what I want. Give me some of that Sedka. She nods, and she looks at Goldie and the princess. And says, "What about you two?" Goldie looks up at her and she says, 2 waters, please." Of course. She walks off over to the bar. And do you guys talk about anything while she is gone?
So what is the plan?
Oh,
Aster is like just about pressed up against the bay window, trying to see how much of the sky he could see from it if he
can
came
see-
here at night.
Oh, he could see so much, dude. The
He
rim,
just begins mumbling very happily
Yeah.
to himself.
there's like maybe a few rocks sticking up over the falls, but the sky is very clear.
He's mumbling, you just hear like the rotating discs of his astrolabe
You can
going
hear
crazy.
You can hear his brain going. Brrrr.
Yes.
Hmm.
He's lost. He's gone.
And as he's mumbling and murmuring about that, Monk is like, wait for a drink so we don't have to worry about anyone overhearing. Pestilence walks
Of
back.
course.
She slides, let's see. 4. It's 5 waters on the table. She slides over an incredibly large stein to Manku. She slides over a little teacup of
a very comically small cup.
of clear liquid to the Ronin. And to here to Mellow she slides her slice cup. She said, "Here's your liquid moon," and
Liquid moon. Yeah, that's pretty good.
collected from from pools where the moon is reflected.
Oh shit.
So
That's that
definitely
moon
not
shit.
alcohol.
It might be alcohol. You don't know how magic the moon is.
It's
suppose not.
it's a placebo alcohol.
Yeah, she not. If you need anything else, just call me. She waves, walks off, and you see her tails like swipe in the air. She heads back to the bar to attend to her other customers. So, and then Maku looks over at you. Is like, "All right, tell me what happened. What happened on the road? You look bad."
Well, we were attacked.
Died twice.
Our entire retinue died,
That's bad.
struck by arrows and then demonic horses. They seem to be possessed by some sort of strange energy.
Doubly bad.
And then a dryad who was also possessed by that same strange energy. And then some dogs. I was half awake at that point.
I see.
They were blink dogs, to be specific. The teleporting kind.
Ah, hate them things. Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, hey, do we still have the collar, like one of the collars with us?
Did you bring
I
I
them
was
assume.
with
to
you?
say that I meant to say at the end of the conversation when we were in camp that I was going to hand one of them to someone because there's two.
Okay.
So like if someone else
I
wanted to
hang
have
on to
one to
one
carry.
that way, since I know the symbol, I could be like, "Do you recognize this?"
That's. He looked at him. That's whatever this is. That's above my pay grade. Too rich for my blood. I wouldn't. Honestly, if someone came to me wearing something like that, I'd say I'm not working with. I don't know what it is, but probably have a rich enemy.
Unfortunate.
So, in light of that, I was going to say you could probably stay here for a few days, but I think we need to get you out of here immediately. Okay, so plan is, as Godfrey told me, in the bay, off the west coast specifically, there is an old safe house called Safe Home because those humans can't name things for shit.
Seems that way.
Until there's a manor, it's more or less uninhabited. There is a single caretaker that should be taking care of it.
I hope.
I
Given the name and
think
all.
I think the best time get you and her out. She motions at Sarah is either it'll probably be tomorrow morning when the fishers leave. Fishers leave, you can blend in with the boats for the ride I'll get you,
Right.
and then they will be none the wiser.
Should we look into a
What
change
sort
of
of-
outfit now that we're in town?
That could be a good point, but
I'm worried that
honestly
our enemies may have seen us on the road at some point.
very possible. But she looks at the three of
We
you.
are also a cat, an elephant, and a short man, so I don't know what good we can do.
I don't.
Without breaking my gaze from the window, my trunk noodles its way into my cup of water and like lifts and like inhales some of it and like puts it into my mouth, like how
Excellent.
elephants drink.
Yes.
And
It's
that
really good.
happens just apropos of nothing while Maku's looking at us.
But the thing is, I don't think any amount of wardrobe change could really hide the three of you, she says, looking at.
So that seems fair.
And
Perhaps not us, but them. I mean, she's
True.
dressed very much like a princess.
No, she's dressed like someone trying to not look like a princess.
Oh,
which is-
really?
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
I
she's
forgot
like-
what she was
basically
wearing.
the
She's
same
covered.
thing.
She's like covered head to toe in like "don't look at me" attire, which makes her distracted.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
essentially potato sacked herself.
it's a very
Nice.
nice potato sack, at the very least. Well, actually, since none of you were really in Kingsland for very long, so you wouldn't know that. Sorry, I thought about a lore bit, but I won't bring it up. She says. So Amanku tells you like, I really don't think that much, that any wardrobe change would hide you. As I think the best course of action is just get you out of town as soon as possible. If
That works for me.
Agreed.
SLS normally has some free rooms, I'm sure if I talk to her, I can get you a night stay for not too cheap. I'll cover the meal too.
That is greatly appreciated.
I think best course of action is if I'm sure you probably have some business in town. There's a few shops you may or may not need to stop by before we leave in the morning. I'd say at least one of you should stay with your charges at a time if you go.
I have no money to spend. I am more than happy to stay with our charges.
Excellent. I will be about securing you a passage, and I will be here tomorrow to collect you. She nods at all of you. She picks up her stein and downs it in 1 gold.
Nice.
Oh,
She slams it and wipes her mouth and goes, "Ah, strong stuff. I love it."
wow.
It's just paint thinner.
I take I take a small sip of my sake bowl.
My trunk is back in the cup.
I do this exactly.
You can really dance.
Yeah, so Monku gets up from the booth. She flips. She heads over to the bar to talk to Pesiles for a bit. She slides a few coins across the bar, motions back to you, and at the door. Pesiles approaches your table. Is like, "Hi, I hear you've got a special room booked for all four of you. If you want to come with
5.
me."
5.
She looks at her hands. She only has 4 fingers on each hand. 5, she says, holding up an extra finger on her other hand.
Oh no.
Good
Is that an
save.
all tieflings thing, or does she just
I
miss
just made
she
this
was
up.
missing a finger?
I think it's an all tieflings thing now.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she escorts you over to where the rooms are. They're on the floor above the bar. She explains is all the fun legal stuff. She gives you extra keys, like, enjoy your night. If any of you would like to do town stuff, now is your chance.
Could be fun to go out on the town a little bit. I don't know what the others want to do.
I'm good. Just don't get attacked.
Yeah, as I
I will chill here. Just don't get attacked.
Yeah, I'll remind you the places you have not been are Barnabas's Bits and Baubles, which is a general and thrift store, and Amber's Armaments, which is a blacksmith and armorer.
Well, if Mellow wants to go out, so Aster
Is there anywhere you want to go, Aster?
No, not really. But Aster believes in the buddy system and will tag along if you want to go somewhere. You can see Aster.
I wouldn't mind at least just seeing what's out there. Yeah.
Aster's just continuously looking for windows in whatever room he's in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at least getting to see what's available out there. Never know what you'll find.
Yeah.
Bits and baubles.
Bits and Baubles it is. As you walk through the trade section of the town, you come across a bit of a seedy looking joint. As with a sign hanging off it declared Barnabas Bits and Baubles, run by the titular Barnabas. As you walk inside, it's an incredibly crowded room. There's shelves from wall to wall covered in so much garbage. If you've been in a Goodwill, it's Goodwill,
yeah,
but
I
it's
have.
even worse.
It's like
And
a Saint
even
Vincent de
Medieval
Paul.
Goodwill.
Medieval Goodwill, but the Goodwill is also on the floor as well as on the
Bad
shelves.
will.
That will. Find the... Let me get my description of Barnabas. Behind the counter is the titular Barnabas. He's a human man with black curly hair. Like, hello, welcome to my Bits and Baubles.
Greetings.
I am Barnabas. How may I help you?
I'm just taking a look around, killing some time. What
Window
kind
shopping,
of
are you?
wares do you usually sell?
I ask, looking around at the room of a fuck ton of just different shit.
Everything that comes through my doors.
If I had a sister, I'd sell her too. Skyrim joke.
I
Wow.
sold my sister already.
Oh, nice. He's on that grind set.
Yeah.
And by that I mean this painting of my sister.
Somehow that's
Can I take a
weirder.
look around and see if there's anything?
Yeah.
Do you want me to like look for something specific, or can I like take a look around?
Can
See if I
you
see
tell me if
anything
there's-
interesting?
Can you tell me if there's anything you're looking for specifically?
I don't know. Just
Okay.
let me think here.
I was
Does
going-
this guy buy stuff? Is
Yes.
my only
Oh,
question.
It is
that
a-
is a good question.
It is a thrift store.
Because
method.
Aster has leather armor that he has never worn.
Yeah. You can
He
definitely
took it
try to
with him.
pawn that on.
He took it with him from home and then realized he didn't like wearing it.
Yeah.
And we also have some dog pelts.
Oh yeah.
The Ghost
I
of
don't know if I
Ronin.
marked those down.
I hope so. You
No,
had
I
them.
didn't say that in my deep voice. This is just the ghost of your wife.
I did not mark down the
I
dog
can't
pelts,
believe my
but I do
wife
have
is
them.
dead.
The blink dog pelts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'll Aster will dig in his pack and produce leather armor, and like sort of plop it on the counter and be like, I keep forgetting to unload this somewhere. I just don't need this.
Fine quality right here. He picks it up and starts rotating it around in his hands. Getting a pretty good look at it. 1 second, I lost the leather.
Yeah, I also don't know what it is. As a tip for the DM, Aster will probably instantly accept any price given to him because he's not a negotiator.
Equipment.
It's part of the reason his mom gets mad.
That's what makes him a bad merchant.
That's why he's bad at trading.
This is pretty nice, is it? Go ahead, give you 7 gold for it.
Okay,
Holy shit.
that seems good.
I immediately stripped my leather armor. I'm just kidding.
Why would? But you need
I
it.
sell my chain.
No.
Don't need it.
For the rest of the fucking adventure. I don't give a shit.
No, my my thick elephant hide is better than leather armor at the moment,
Yeah,
and
so
always will be.
yeah, he takes the leather armor, tucks it behind the bars, like, and slides 7 gold pieces across to you. Appreciate the business.
Oh, sure. Think hopefully someone that needs some leather armor will swing by.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Everyone always does.
Or at least like scrap leather to make like a neat hat or something. Or maybe you can make like a case out of it. And he's like begins trailing off while talking about the uses of leather for storing tools.
Yes, of course.
While you're doing that, I'd like to look around and see if what I can find is anything like, I don't know, trinkets, that kind of shit, you know?
It
like,
is
just
all trinkets.
little
It's just,
interesting. Well, yeah, I see.
you know the Midwest junk drawer? Welcome to
Yeah.
the store. There's so
I
much.
should have thought about this more.
There's a lot of there's like individual wooden carved figurines. There's just like a lot of baubles. The shiny little spherical things. They've got some crystal rocks with bugs encased in the center. Got some bells attached to balls.
Ooh, now that's spicy.
The cat says, looking at it.
Is there anything like related? I don't know, like a figurine related to Adelian at all? I don't know how widely praised he is as a god.
There is not a lot of physical depictions of Edelwin. Mostly it's just...
Now, Swissy, I have an idea.
Give me an idea, because I'm stupid.
I recently found out that there is an official from the player's handbook D100 trinket table.
Oh yeah, that's what I used to get my Fey trinkets. Hang on.
Yeah. If you roll a D100, I can read off what the trinket is, and you can see if they have one in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better
Let's see what we
than me digging.
Yeah, that's fair.
Digging out my player's
Rather
handbook
than
from
making
under
you
my
improvise on my behalf.
my
Yeah,
several
that's fair.
several controllers and 2 other books that are on top of it.
Okay, this is actually really fitting because 22 is a small wooden statuette of a smug halfling.
I peek my head up from behind the shelf.
Yeah.
You were looking for like a statue, and you found a smug halfling.
Yeah. I peek my head up from behind a shelf. I'm the kind of person to enter a store and feel rude if I don't buy something. So I hold up the little statuette of the halfling. How much for this?
Oh, finally. I've been trying to get rid of Johnson for like 5 months.
Johnson? What's
Johnson.
the story there?
His name's Johnson.
Okay, I'll take it.
Listen. I'm desperate to get rid of Johnson. I'll take 1 copper.
My pleasure. I walk over and 1 copper.
As you put it into his hand, he gives you a firm handshake. I appreciate it. I never want to see that guy again.
Noted. I put him in one of my 100 tiny pockets.
Is there a chance that this thing is cursed?
We're gonna get fucking haunted by Johnson, the smug halfling. Oh
Don't-
god.
Don't worry about my Johnson.
Okay.
God damn it.
How much does Johnson weigh? How much does my Johnson weigh?
I'm going to be courteous and say he's
How
like what?
burdened am I by my Johnson?
He's like half a pound.
Stop, Swissy. I hate this. I hate that this is where we went.
Am I over-encumbered by the weight of my Johnson?
No.
Okay. Your Johnson is half a pound.
I'm in hell. I'm in hell. It's Swissy is Satan.
Okay. Is there anything
Swissy,
else you want to
please.
do here?
Can I sell my blink dog pelts?
Sure. You
Just remember those are party loot.
Oh yeah, I mean, can I sell them?
yes.
Yeah. Just gotta split the profits. Otherwise
Oh, of
Aster
course.
will feel betrayed.
No, I'll split it. I ain't no bitch.
You might even be able to try to negotiate a better price since you have negotiation tactics. Or at least the skills.
I was gonna say, yeah. How much for the pelts of 2 blink dogs?
No one. Never heard of something like that, but help's a pelt.
They're dogs that have a special gland inside that causes them to teleport.
I keep telling you it's not a gland.
It's not.
No.
Hmm.
I told you
Well,
that when you were depelting them.
But they do teleport, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's
Hmm.
it's like an innate magical ability. It's not from a gland.
Well, I mean,
He strokes
Do you
his
think
beard.
I
It was
have
in-
a
it was-
gland?
it was inconclusive. We'll leave it
Strokes
at that.
his beard. He's muttering to himself. I could probably make it.
I'm just like, it's not a gland, and Mella's like, we'll agree to disagree.
Is their
But-
pelt like made of anything special because
mean,
of the fact that they can teleport?
No,
No.
not because of the
Okay.
teleport. It could be just like a rare pelt because it's a monster.
True.
Okay. You think?
They really just are dogs that can teleport.
Good.
That's like
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll give you 5 silver for each.
I can hang with that.
He nods at you. He slides the 5 silver across, and he takes the pelts.
What does that split up to?
Well, 10 divided by 3.
Yes, but then there's copper pieces.
Yeah.
Can you negotiate to fucking like just 12 instead?
Can we
yeah.
make it an
It'd be
even 12
easier.
to make it easier on the pod?
Yeah. Give me a persuasion ring.
Absolutely.
Give me one more. I'm going to give you advantage because you bought his Johnson.
Yeah.
Once you handle a man's Johnson, wow. Well, you got a 15.
God damn it.
That's
He's like, you got it, buddy. He slides across just 2 more silver.
Thank you kindly. So that's 4 silver for all of you.
Mhm. Yep. So listen, have a
Cool.
good day.
Thanks.
You too.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the Johnson.
Oh, I will.
Hmm.
He finger guns at you.
I get on the
Aster-
defensive real quick,
Aster-
thinking
Should
he's
I
about
leave?
to
Should I leave?
actually do something.
Aster will finger guns back, but very awkwardly because he's never done it before. But he thinks it's some sort of greeting of this place.
Mellow has also never seen finger guns before. I'm gonna assume at this very
Yeah,
moment
probably
in time.
not.
So the moment he does it, I jump into like a defensive stance.
Oh,
and then I
there,
calm
bud.
down a minute, and I'm like, "Oh, weird. Goodbye."
And
See ya.
Aster kind of goes, "Yep," and like it's kind of like when you see like a dad try to dab, that's Aster trying to finger guns. It's like
nice.
the worst way you can imagine. Like
He
he
just
extends
holds his
his
hands
whole,
out,
he
yep.
extends his entire hand and then like sort of slowly curls his fingers.
Okay. Did you
The
want to hit
gestures
up?
of this place are beyond me.
Yeah, as you exit the store, was there anywhere else you wanted to hit up before you turn in for the night?
What was the other shop? It might not matter. I don't really-
Amber's armaments.
I'm pretty armed out.
Oh, we
No
could
more?
just stop by.
We could stop by.
Okay, it's
We
starting.
built this world. I want to live in it.
Well, you have no other choice. You are in the game
okay.
now. As you wander through the mercantile district, you starting to get closer to the edge, which is near the beach. You hear clang, clang. You can hear the sound of someone beating a a animal into submission. As you follow the sound, you find yourself outside a very clearly a blacksmith store with a sign hanging from the building declaring it was Amber's arm. Arm is all in caps, immense. As you walk inside, you can see a youngish woman with long red hair in the blacksmith section of the store, clanging away at a sword on an anvil. But the thing you notice is that the arm that she is gripping her hammer in is kind of roided out. She's got a werewolf arm.
Oh,
Oh.
neat.
Clang,
My hairs stand on end.
clang, clang. She looks at her and is like, I'll be with you in a second. She stops clanging. She walks over to the edge of her blacksmith area and tosses the sword down. As you look over there, you realize there's a very tiny inlet for the sea in this blacksmith area, and she cools her sword in the salt water. She walks on over to you. Is like, hello, how can I help you? Her arm shrinks back to about normal size, but it's still a little werewolfy.
And
Hello.
what was the name of this practitioner again?
Amber.
Amber. That's what it was. Sorry, I was just noting it.
I'm just looking at my inventory, seeing what I already have.
You could try to buy more darts.
25. No. I'm just looking at what I do have and what they might have, and because once again we've entered a shop and I must buy something. Or else I'll feel
You
bad.
fool.
Would you say it just carries like
Frank.
typical
Yeah,
gear?
typical weapons forged by Amber,
Okay.
cooled in the sea.
I see.
Ha.
Does Aster rock any weapons at all?
Aster has
Not really. He
a,
uses a
a
stick.
wooden shield and a quarterstaff. You've seen him only use the quarterstaff one
Little
time,
stick.
and it didn't look like he was very good with it.
Damn.
He has a -1 for strength-based melee weapons,
Oof.
and a 0 on dexterity-based weapons.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, Aster's got magic powers. He doesn't need a big stick.
Is there a
Buy a net. Throw it at you.
she got any like what's the word? I'm stupid. Whetstone. You have a whetstone.
What do you need
Do
a
you have any
whetstone for?
whetstones for blade sharpening?
Probably. Is she? It's not really something that's on the
It's like whetstones,
menu.
those are like the little square blocks is all they are.
Yeah. It's
Not
not
the
really
whole
something
big
I
thing.
sell, but I'm sure I got some somewhere. Like she pops into a back room area for a bit. She pops out, like, yeah, I got one. Here. She flips it towards you.
How much do I owe you?
I've got so many of them. You can just toss me a copper. It's fine. I've got so many.
Okay. I tossed
Flexing her
copper.
massive. Oh, double the price.
I inflate the economy.
Economy inflation.
Yeah, I give her 2 copper for it.
Yeah.
Take it.
She does that thing where she like runs the coin through her fingers.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool. Aster
Dude,
says that loud.
Right? I've been practicing it for a long time. Look, she does it in both hands at the same time.
That's really impressive considering the werewolf hand.
It did shrink back down to somewhat normal size, but it's still a
Oh,
little.
okay, I see.
It's still a little roided.
Just a little jacked.
That's
That's
her hammer in
impressive.
hand. Yes, we're all like this. Good. You never seen a shifter
We?
before?
Can't say that I have.
Just
Hang on,
quinces.
I, the player, have to remember if there are shifters in Dracenia.
They are not.
They're not
I-
in the
I
forest.
was gonna
either,
say,
are
I
they?
think they're,
Oh,
they're
they
from
sh-
Icos, right?
They are from Ecos. They are from the
Icos.
eastern side of Queen's Bounty.
Ah,
You're from the
east
west.
side of
So I would have
Icos.
heard of these.
You technically
Okay.
would have heard of them. You might have seen them on rare occasions in the Western Wood, but the majority of the population is
Okay.
eastern.
I don't know that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting one face to face.
Ah, you're from the woods too. She extends her normal hand for a handshake.
I extend my hand for a handshake. We shake hands. It's great.
Shake hands.
I roll strength. I die. No.
Well, I don't have a stat block for her, and she's also not using
it's
the
fine.
werewolf arm. Like, I haven't been for home for a long time. How's the woods this time of year?
What time of year is it?
It's
in-game?
Summer, I think.
Hot as ever. Always eager to be under the shade.
That's why I came to the sea. Always a wonderful way to cool off.
I've never been myself, but here we are.
You are now. Get the beach
Funny
a
where
try
life
if you
takes
can.
us.
She
I'm
nods.
from Difos.
She looks at you.
I would like to imagine we'd both just turn our heads to Aster.
Aster just says it there.
You sure are.
I don't think we have many shifters, or at least not that I've ever noticed.
Hmm.
A lot of minotaurs and loxodons where I'm from.
I've heard. Not
Yeah.
super acquainted with sister continent, but I have heard of the populations somewhat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Let's see. Okay, got my Johnson, got my whetstone. I think I'm ready to go.
Stop by again. Always have an arm.
We will. It was a pleasure to meet you. Always good to meet one of the forest.
She salutes as the two of you
Bye.
walk out the door.
I awkwardly salute back, not knowing why she's saluting.
Aster just does a big wave.
All right, you're back at the tavern at the end of the world. I guess you guys are just gonna head to bed now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ronin is awake and just staring at the door from the opposite side of the room.
Oh, I do want to show Ronin my Johnson before we go to bed.
Okay.
I hate this.
Cool.
Check this out. It's Johnson.
Oh, what a fine Johnson it is.
This is the worst thing the
Very,
campaign
very
has ever
well
produced.
crafted.
Weighs half a pound, apparently.
It's a mastercraft, Johnson.
I've never seen a Johnson so well toned.
Not to put you on the spot, and we can come back to it later if you want. But I look on the bottom of the Johnson. Does it say who crafted it?
Oh boy, let me think. On his left foot are engraved the initials. Let me think for a second.
I mean,
J.
I was gonna say, I was really hoping that you'd find out that the person who made it was that angry elf we talked to earlier.
Oh.
You find the initials YJE.
YJE? Okay. I will remember this.
We'll put your Johnson away. We wouldn't want it to get damaged.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose it. I stole my Johnson.
Neither I or Aster are participating in this, by the way. I'll wait until you're done.
No, listen. I wasn't there when you acquired Johnson. I had to get my quips in.
I do stow my Johnson for the night.
You hate it when you miss the Johnson hour, right?
Yeah,
When you
that's
show up
great.
too late for Johnson.
Ugh.
When Johnson's already old hat.
It seems like every time I show up, all the Johnsons just shrink away.
Yeah. Why can't I ever find a good Johnson?
Okay.
We go to bed.
Okay.
I know we're in an inn, but do we still want to do watches
Go ahead if you want to.
just in case?
If you want to watch, be my guest.
I mean, I can stay up for the first watch. It's fine.
You probably
Probably just do the
it's
same order.
it is getting late. You probably only
No, I
need
need to
2
change my
watches.
orders.
You only need 2 watches instead of 3, so one of you can sleep the whole night.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys will be waking very early because you're going out with the fishers.
I want the last
yeah.
watch this time.
Character-wise,
different
I'll
time
sleep.
of day.
Okay.
Character-wise, I'll sleep because I was technically awake the longest since things happened right before my watch, and then I had a watch.
Yep. Very fair.
So I guess if Ronin wants to take the first watch, I'll do the second one.
Dope.
All right. If you want to roll me your, I assume that would be perception. I believe is what I was doing before.
Yeah, that's what we did for the first watches.
Yep. Okay.
At least.
Give me your perception. Okay. As you sit through your hours of the watch, you can hear rowdy noises from downstairs, occasional shouting, yelling. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll hear a glass break. But other than that, nothing's just normal tavern ambiance. And that is the end of your watch.
Cool. I jab Aster awake and go to sleep.
Oh, right. Watch
The
time.
stars are waiting for you.
Time to watch. Watching the stars. Watching the stars and keeping an ear out. Watching the stars, keeping the old trunk out. I'm gonna hold my star chart in my trunk and pull out my sextant and my parchment and begin craning at whatever window is in this room to try to see as many stars as possible from where I am. But I will also try to keep an ear out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guidance myself before my perception check.
Go for it.
So, boom.
Hey. You hear the ambiance of the tavern quiet down. Pestiles walks up the stairs and says, "Hey, I'm heading to bed too. Still up?"
I am.
Right, all right.
But that's
Have a good night. She walks down to the room at the end of the hall. Walks in, and you hear the lock turn, and you hear the sound of her just falling on her bed and immediately falling asleep.
And now it's just Aster and the stars jotting down their positions. Yeah.
Yeah, and your watch
He is
goes
at peace.
Yep. Your watch goes without a hitch. For a few hours, you hear someone stomping up the stairs. Monku's here. Ah, you're already awake. Good.
Oh yes, couldn't pass this up. He points at his page of incomprehensible notes.
Ah, I see. Let's get the others. Come on.
Ronin awakes.
He pats Aster on the shoulder as she walks past him.
Oh.
The Mellow awakes.
Excellent. All 5 of you are awake, and I was like, all right.
Hooray.
Let's take you down to the docks. Now I'll praise you of the situation there. As you walk down to the docks, she escorts you over to a boat. It's kind of a smaller houseboat, similar to what hers was. And she's like, all right, this is your ride. As she motions towards it, you see on the side is emblazoned the word Falls Dancer. Good friends with its Captain Jax Wilson. He shouts, "Hey Jax, come and say hi to the charges." Jax pokes his head out of the ship, waves at you. He's a normal human guy. He's got brown hair. Like, got bandana over his hair, waves at you and pops back down below deck. Jax is very trustworthy. He won't breathe a word of this to anyone. Because
Oh, great.
can't talk.
Oh. Huh.
So he literally won't breathe a word of it.
I
That's
guess
great.
that would be
that'll do it.
tautologically correct then.
Listen, any other things I need to clear up before you go? I have other issues I need to attend to.
No, we're just going straight for the manor.
Yep, it should be the only thing occupying that island. Safe Home's been there for
Showing
as
great
long as we can
restraint from
remember.
his player, the Mellow does not show the orc his Johnson.
Right.
Thanks.
Thanks. Great, thanks.
She nods both of you, alright? Better get loaded on. Looks like the rest of the fishermen are about to leave. And as for
Let us go.
what?
So what kind of boat are we taking? Is it basically a canoe?
No,
No,
it's like a small houseboat.
it's a very small houseboat.
Oh, okay, we're taking her house.
It is not her houseboat.
No.
It is
It is
similar.
the Falls
Taking our
Dancer,
house.
captained by Jax
God.
Wilson.
Yes, I was paying attention for sure.
Mm.
No, I heard all of that. It just didn't occur to me that that's the boat we were taking for some reason.
Yeah, we were just saying a random hello to the captain and the
Yeah.
next boat over.
Hi, guy, and then we walk 5 feet to a canoe, and we like get in and begin slowly.
We walk past a
paddling.
nice little cozy houseboat to a canoe hidden by the houseboat.
Listen, I did almost make it a canoe built by Yelfer because that's what he does, but I decided no, you're not going to get a finely embroidered canoe. I'm going to give you a real boat.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, as
Thank you.
the 5 of you load onto the boat, Jax directs you below deck, and he casts off. As you join the fleet of other shipping vessels heading out of the port, falling behind them for a little bit before breaking off and heading to the west. You'll be on boat for a few hours. Is there anything you want to do while you're on the boat? Sure, Aster does.
Not really. Are we planning on stopping soon?
We are almost to the stopping spot. About 15-20 minutes.
Provide their stars out.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
continue to measure them.
That is what I wanted to give you the chance.
Ronin does his morning Tai Chi.
Yep.
I don't know that Tai Chi makes sense. Is Tai Chi Japanese or Chinese? Or neither?
I mean, that's on you.
I
I don't think it
mean,
matters in this universe.
Ancient
Hang on.
China.
Boo!
Yeah, it's fine. Good enough.
I mean, things from China and Japan sort of shared a lot.
That's true. They have very similar. I think they have like a similar root language also.
Yeah.
At least the written. I seem to remember hearing something about it. Regardless, the Ronin does his Tai Chi.
All right. Yeah, a few hours. A few hours into your voyage, Jax. Let's see. He taps Aster on the shoulder.
Hello.
He jerks his head to the left, and you realize you are making approach on the island.
Huh. Nice.
He nods at you, and he heads back towards the wheel to begin the docking process. And they have docked. You guys have stepped out onto the dock. Well, what are you going to do?
So now we're on the
Formation
small
or what?
island with the
You
safe
are-
house on it.
Yes, you are on the island. There's a small path leading from the dock towards the manor, which you can more or less see from here.
Well, I guess, yeah. I guess we just
do the
assume
grounds
marching
look
order.
Yeah. Do the grounds look like fairly well
It
maintained?
looks a little abandoned. You can see kind of where fences were. Like I said, it's only like one person here, so it's not like always up to date, but you know.
I'm sure it's fine.
No need to worry. We're safe now.
Well, I
Uh,
guess it would make sense to say just bid adieu to Jax and head up the path.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the safe passage.
As you walk
May
down,
Adelian be with you.
Goodbye.
Jax waves at you. He doesn't cast off yet because he is contracted to take you back to land.
Oh right,
Ah.
He's not going to
I
leave you
forgot about
here
that.
because this is basically the end of your job. It's just dropping her off here.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah, as you-
You know, I
hypothetically.
completely forgot what we got hired to do. Is this where her
Yeah.
wedding is? On the island?
Uh,
It's gonna be inconvenient for guests.
As you walk up the path, you arrive at the porch of the manor.
does
Is
the
anyone
porch look well
outside on it, or-
maintained?
Yeah, the porch is perfectly fine. It looks good.
Okay, so it's just the grounds have gotten a little shabby, but the
Mhm.
building itself
Yeah.
does seem at least recently
Yeah.
cleaned, if not occupied.
Yep. You can
And then
see
Josh
there's
was wondering if there was anybody on the porch.
there is no one on the porch. It's still fairly early. It's been a few hours, and like maybe it's around 8 or 9 in the morning now.
Then I
guess
will
we should
knock on
knock.
the door. And Aster definitely does the thing where he goes knock knock as he knocks.
Who's there?
After a few
What?
minutes, you hear a voice from inside the manor go, "Coming!" As you and the door opens and out steps a middle-aged halfling. She's got long brown curly hair. It's like, "Oh, you must be the escorts. Please come in, come in." She moves all of you inside. It's like, "Oh, it's wonderful you're here. I heard some horrible things happened on the way. Would you like something to eat? I'm sure you're hungry."
I mean, I could go for some bread.
Okay, follow me.
That's
She
very kind of you. Thank you.
leads you from like the coat room.
The Ronin seems wary just because we're at the end of her
Mhm.
job.
Also, who'd she hear it from that we had
That's
trouble?
what I. Yeah, that is why I'm wary.
Mhm. And she leads you to the kitchen through a like entrance room. Well, kitchen to the living room through an entrance room. While I get your food, why don't I take you and show you where you'll be staying? She says to Goldie and Sarah. She walks out of the room, with them in tow.
Would you? Okay.
Goodbye.
This feels off.
This is
I
great.
say as soon as they're out of earshot.
I know they get.
would have informed her.
Yeah, I mean, they needed to start decorating probably a few days ago if they're gonna have the wedding soon. I don't see anything around here at all. You think
No,
they would
no,
have
no.
something?
Do you have like an okay stealth score? Because mine's -1.
My stealth score is great.
Mellow, would you mind following them
think
just
I'm-
to make sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
I would like
hang
to
on.
make sure they get settled in all right.
I tap you on
Thank
the
you.
back of the head,
Oh.
Guidance.
and I
I
look at you
Yeah.
and I go like, "Stars be with you," and I cast guidance on you.
Knowing that something feels off and wanting to make sure they get settled in all right before we just leave, I want to go with the Ronin to see if we can.
Well,
Well,
Ron's saying
it's
you
gonna
on
be
your
you
own.
alone.
I'm not gonna go. I'll stay at.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I'll
were
stay like in
saying
the
for me to go
entrance
with
to.
you. I gotcha.
Yeah. I'll stay in the entrance to this room, and if you shout, I'll come running. But like, if I go up there, they're gonna hear me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
would like
definitely.
to follow and see where they're taking the princess.
Okay, can you roll me a stealth check?
Absolutely.
And let me remember how stealth works.
Remember. Usually, if they're not
15.
actively looking, it would be their passive
Their
perception.
passive.
You also get to add a
You
D4 to
also
that.
get a D4.
If they're actively looking, then they would make a perception roll. It would be against the 17 stealth.
Passive.
And passive is just 10 plus whatever their perception is.
17.
Meanwhile, Aster is still looking around the room for wedding decorations.
Yeah,
presumably.
Aster's like really confused as to why there isn't like catering like happening already, because he was like the only weddings he's been to have been like really big affairs because of the circles his family runs in, and so he's real thrown off. He's just like, last time I was there was like a live menagerie, and there was this large carved swan made of ice that held all the drinks. It's pretty good.
All right. As you step through the door that you saw the halfling go through, you are. Tell me how you are stealthing. Tell me about your stealth approach.
Well, I don't wear shoes, so I can be pretty silent.
You enter a Skyrim crouch.
I mean, I'm just down and low. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
the way to stealth is.
Do you
walk...
skitter scatter
No.
on all fours?
No,
Like a
no,
good little
no.
kitty?
Shut the fuck up. I don't.
Does your Johnson drag on the floor as you...
It does not. No, I mean, long, careful steps, is the best way to do it.
Okay. As you go through
stay
the door
balanced, for sure.
from the living room that you are in, you find yourself in a long room. There's a big table in the center. You assume you are finding yourself in the dining hall. At the far end of the room, you see just the end of the. You see the back of the halfling as they go through the door at the far end of the hall and close it behind them.
I would like to go even further beyond.
Yeah, as you walk across the room, you realize like this is a real long room. This table next to me is huge. But eventually you reach the other side and you go through the door and you are greeted with a stairwell.
This is really going further than I thought. I would like to creep on down the stairwell, if I may.
You are going up the stairwell, as it were.
Up the stairwell, if I may.
Yep. I'm trying to remember my layout.
I'd like to keep an ear out on my way up if I can.
Make
sure there's not anybody creaking on down.
Like you can hear some very quiet talk. It sounds like the halflings just prattling on about nothing, like housekeepers kind of do. And as you reach the top of the stairwell, you find yourselves just in a room, single door. You open the door. Do you open the door?
I put my ear up to the door first.
Sure. You put your ear up to the door. You can sort of hear their footsteps. They sound pretty faint, though.
Yeah, I'll go through the door.
You open the door, and you find yourself in a long hall.
My God. All right.
How big is this mansion?
It's
I'm
a
gonna
mansion.
assume the others are well out of earshot at this point.
Oh, definitely. You're on a different floor.
It just hard cuts back to the living room, and the Ronin's just staring blankly ahead as Aster continues to talk about weddings.
How long has he been gone at this point?
He's just like, and so when my sister Yasova got married, it was a whole ordeal. Let me tell you, there was like months and months of planning and preparation.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go down the hall, obviously.
Yeah,
but like,
you've been gone for about 3 minutes, I think. It's a big place.
The Ronin is getting impatient.
As you as you head down the hall,
I'm gonna give him like 2 more minutes before I take off in the direction I saw him go.
You open the door. Well, I say you go into the hall. At the end, you see another door, and you just see the door closing.
Once again, ear pressy.
You press your ear to it, and you hear faint footsteps as they go up and what you assume is another flight of stairs.
Jesus Christ.
I go through the door.
This is a real Scooby-Doo mansion.
We're gonna get all the way to a fucking bedroom and be like, here's where you'll stay, and it'll be fine. And nobody will be suspicious.
Yeah, you said you go through the door, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course. I've come this far.
I think at this point is when I start following, although I get upstairs and I'm immediately like lost unless Mellow's been leaving doors open behind him.
Has he?
I haven't said I've been closing doors, so let's just say yes.
Okay. As you go up the stairs,
that would make noise.
As you go up the stairs, you find yourself in another stair room. So there's just the stairs in here and the door.
Also, if the
Good
Ronin
golly.
begins to leave the room, I just sort of tag along, continuing to prattle on about weddings.
Mhm. Okay,
I'm very nervous at this point, or Mellow is, just because of how far away I'm getting. But I keep going. I'm
Okay.
this far already.
You can hold your own against a single old woman.
I hope.
Okay, okay, so did you say you put your ear to the door again?
I'm at this point just checking every door
Yeah.
before I go through to make sure they're far enough away before I enter.
And so you put your ear to the door, you hear the halfling saying, "And here's where you'll be staying. Your room is right here, and your assistant's room is right next to it. You're even connected by a door back there." As her voice gets fainter as you assume she enters the room she's talking about, to show the door she's talking about. Take your time to get unloaded. I'm sure you're tired. Probably take a nap. I'm sure I'm sure you're exhausted after all that. I'll just see your guests and give them their
I
reward.
run in the opposite direction.
You hear her footsteps starting to approach the door to the stairs.
I sprint away. I go. I double my move speed.
I was gonna say, you can definitely do this within character.
Yeah, I think
I'm
the
so
Ronin
fucking
is
fast right
following
now.
Like a speed walk at this point, with like one hand on his.
I'm shutting doors behind me left and right. No trace.
It cuts to the Ronin and Aster's just like, and let me tell you, the live music was really good. You know, they got these new instruments these days. I think it's called a hurdy-gurdy, and
So, would you say you were in the second floor's hall by the time that Mellow reaches you, or would you be in like the dining room?
probably
think we
past
made
the
it
dining
to-
room,
On
either
the
in the
stairs?
stairwell or
Yeah.
that
Could be on the
hallway.
stairwell,
On
so I
the
could bump
stairs.
into them and run them down the stairs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, is everything fine?
I definitely collide with them, and it's great.
Bonk.
Ah,
Clang.
Oh, hey, Mellow.
Hey, everything's fine. We're stupid. Okay, let's get back to where we were.
yeah. I mean, I would rather be wrong. I would rather be wrong than uncareful.
No,
Oh,
I
didn't
get it, but they're
realize you had
sweet.
even moved.
They're good people. I
Okay,
think.
let's go.
Let's go.
So you return to the kitchen?
Never put
Oh,
me in this
return to the
Back
dining.
kitchen.
Return to the living room. Sorry, I keep getting them switched up. And like say a minute or two after you return to the living room, the north door to the room opens and in walks the halfling holding a tray with 4 cups on it, and
I'm leaning on a cabinet, very sweaty.
she walks over to you and offers you a cup. Tea?
Oh, nice.
That would be great.
I
Thank
take
you.
Yeah. She hands each of you tea and takes the last one
I
herself.
sip it.
You see, that was actually a joke. My name's T too. Anyway, I
Like
heard
tea also, or actually tea too?
Terminator.
no, just tea.
Oh. Aster does not fully get it, but he laughs politely.
You wanna? Actually, as I recall, I was contacted about your reward. Give me 1 second. She starts running her hands through the pockets of her apron. It's like, aha! They only gave me a portion of it. You'll receive the rest when you return to the capital. But here,
I do have one question.
yes, of course.
She
How are
pulls
you
out a
being
gun.
contacted so fast?
Oh, well, I was initially contacted about this. What'd you call this? A scheme protecting the princess. By your benefactor of a few weeks ago.
Yes. But I mean, how much of my hand do I give away here?
I don't know. How much do you want to
Well,
cut
the
off?
princess is giving her entire hand away in marriage.
I didn't say it in character.
Damn.
But you did say that in character.
Fuck it. No, we were just curious how you heard about the trouble on the road.
Oh, that. Well, this is a very fancy house. Have you heard of scrying?
Yes.
I'm familiar.
Well,
I'm
the
not.
royal family
Somebody help
has-
me. I'm very stupid.
Scrying is a magic spell. It allows you to see places you've been and seen before. With we have the royal family has access to a modified version of scrying that allows us to contact and speak with each other over long distances using reflective surfaces and mirrors.
Did we ever see the princess doing this? Or Goldie?
Well, I mean,
guess?
it apparent by that description, it can be one-sided as well.
Scrying is
Yeah, I
quite
mean,
You
useful.
could probably just check in. Okay,
It's
well,
quite hard to do. My grandpa was able to do it, but
Mhm.
I think that puts the
he
last
needed
of
a
my
really
worries at
fancy
ease.
crystal ball to do it.
I'm sure there's other
Scry's on the
methods.
druid spell list.
Yeah, I know.
I believe that puts the last of our worries at ease.
Well, you can also use a silver mirror, a font of holy water, just off the top of my head.
Well, you can never be too careful. She puts down 3 pouches, a pouch in each of your laps while you are drinking, or into your open hands if you're standing.
Oh, I'm sitting.
Okay. Yeah, and in the pouches you will find 30 gold pieces each.
Are you okay?
Listen, whenever we get big money numbers, it just makes me happy. Even though, like, tabaxi traditionally aren't all about money, but
Yeah.
Maybe yours is. He
maybe
needs
he
cash.
is. It's for the
It's for the
church
church.
fund. Yeah.
It's for the yeah.
It's for the eventual church. How much money do I need to build a church, Boko? I need to know
I
this
mean,
now. Today.
Now-
A colossal amount.
An
Give me a number and I will
inconceivable
attain it.
20 billion.
All right. Okay.
Because gold isn't even like the highest, like, coin.
There's platinum pieces.
Platinum. She says, and of course, I will remind you, the rest of your reward should be given to you upon your return to Kingstop. You need anything
great.
for the road? Sure, I have some cookies I can bag up for you.
I do want the cookies.
Oh, of course.
That
She
would be
goes
lovely.
She goes back through the northern door, and after a few seconds, she returns with a small, like, cloth wrapping and hands over the cookies to Aster.
Excellent. I take the cookies. I gingerly place them in my belongings.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm good otherwise.
Okay.
I'm
Are you all ready to head out?
I think so.
Okay, she sees you to the door and waves you off as you all walk back towards the boat.
Goodbye.
To answer your question, Swissy, I've spent some time looking it up. In the Dungeon Master's Guide, it says it would cost about 50,000 GP and take 400 days to build a small temple.
Okay. I have a number.
Okay. But as you arrive at the boat,
Imagine just carrying around 50,000 gold.
Right?
jingle jangles.
Nah, there's got to be
We
a
haven't
bank
heard-
somewhere, right?
We have not
Big
heard of
wall.
a bank yet.
I mean, if you get an extra dimensional pouch, you could at least put it in there, so you're not just carrying around a giant wheelbarrow full of
No,
money,
no, I
like
understand that.
Scrooge McDuck.
Okay,
I'm just saying this might be my my character's new goal.
Yeah.
All right.
As you arrive at the boat, you notice that Jax is missing. Yeah.
Jax. Oh wait, he won't
Jax.
answer. He doesn't talk.
As you,
Yeah, but he might be able to like bang a tree or something.
can all 3 of you give me a perception roll really quick?
As always, I tried to click on the pause Twitch stream to look at my
Sure.
character.
Good job.
I will do it sans guidance.
Sans guidance.
Ooh.
Well, assume
I don't
have
see
time
shit.
to cast
Yeah.
it.
I'm too worried
Aster,
about Jax to notice where Jax
Aster
is.
sees a shape on the horizon of the beach running full tilt at you. After a few seconds, you can realize it's
There's
Jax.
someone running.
Jax leaps onto the boat. He pants for a second, and he grabs his knife, and he grabs one of you and pulls you to the rung at the edge of the boat. He carves the words "danger" into the side of the boat.
Ah, no. Ah, that's bad. Oh, boy.
Inside, outside.
I slap my
no.
shield on my left arm.
He gestures
I slap my
vaguely
shield on my left
at-
arm.
at the manor, at the house, at the island in general.
The whole island. Okay, that's
Oh
not good.
no. Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
but we were just there at the island on the
Oh,
manor.
but we just left the princesses here. Oh no.
Oh no, I checked my cookies.
It's only one princess.
Well, yes. Goldie could be a princess if she wants to be.
Regardless, we should. Where? What do we do?
What way is the danger?
He let's think for a second. He
I need more than the word danger, is what I'm saying as the player.
He grabs. He looks at the three of you. He grabs. He's made a split-second decision. He grabs Mellow's arm and starts running.
I follow.
Ah!
I hope you're
also
ready
follow.
to. He's running incredibly fast, Mellow. I'm assuming you're going to be using your super
I
move.
mean, I can keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
I'm falling
Out of
behind.
combat, I assume I can just keep up.
after a few minutes of running, he stops at, you're sort of under like in a cove sort of area. It's kind of hard to see. He points, and in the dirt there is a body of a halfling.
I knew it.
Damn it.
That's why I didn't drink the tea.
Oh no. We have to
Aster
get
shows-
back to the princesses, don't we? The
Aster shows
princess,
up halfway.
singular.
As Aster shows up, he's eating a cookie.
Well, I mean, we should investigate the body first. But does it look like the? Does it look like
Yes.
a halfling? We just okay I assumed. What does it look like was done to her?
If you spend time excavating the body, you'll notice cuts all over her body.
Okay, yeah, we should go.
Oh. Oh. This
need
is
to get
bad.
back
Get
to
in
them.
there. Now.
I should have not.
start.
Ah! I shouldn't have stopped at that last door.
Well, if you know the way back, we can get back to them faster.
I do. Let's go. Marble.
Zoop. We zoop back.
Yeah, as you run up to the porch, who's in front?
I mean, not Swissy.
I feel like I'm
Mellow
leading since
probably
I know
because
the
he's
way back.
fastest.
Yeah.
He's also
And I
the
know the way
fastest.
back.
As
yeah.
Mellow, you as the pack leader runs up the path up to the door. You place your paw on the handle. You turn it. It is locked, and that's the end of the session.
Dun dun.
Gonna have to bust on in there. Sounds like
Should've gone
someone's
through the last
breaking
door.
in.
Breaking in.
I
And
stopped at the last door for non-awkward things to happen. Which, you know what? In character. Whatever.
Aster
I mean,
only
to be
vaguely
fair-
realizes danger is happening. I mean, there's nothing that was said at the last door that you would have busted on in to, like, what would you have seen? I don't think that the imposter even did anything suspicious. So,
Is
like,
there even an imposter, or
No.
did that just happen?
That-
that would have
that's an
happened.
imposter.
That would have
No.
needed to happen.
Do they
so
have a
fast.
dump hole?
you think we left the building, and in the time it took us to walk down the path to the boat, they killed
Yeah,
Dee and then
laundry
buried
chute.
her like 5 minutes away
Well, 'cause,
down
like,
in the cove?
At the most, that's like
Laundry chute.
I think it's like probably a 5-minute walk from the boat to the manor
There's no
entrance.
way. That was definitely an imposter the whole time. But
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
also
yeah, for
pretending
sure.
in front of the princess, so it's not like you would have known anything, even if you
Yeah.
had
Yeah, that's
continued
why I'm like.
to tail them. It wouldn't have told you anything.
Yep, and that is where we'll call the session tonight. Thanks for watching,
Good shit.
everybody.
Thank you.
We will
Buggers.
see you next week for our first dungeon. And thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for whatever Soups decides to do. Bye.
Bye.